Good night, I'm Sean Green. This is Sports Night. A series victory is within reach, but rain may have the final say as West Indies prepare to take on Pakistan in the third and final test starting tomorrow at Windsor Park in Dominica. Tied at 1-1, Windies captain Jason Holder is confident that his side has the ability to pull off the win, but the weather forecast is for rain.
Mentally, I think everybody's in pretty good spirits. You know, we're going into a series final game, 1-1. So everybody is, up for it. We understand the importance of this series, and we know what's at stake. What's happened in Barbados is gone already. It's important we put that behind us. Not forget what the good things we've done there. We obviously need to improve on a few areas. Feeling is one, especially taking our chances. And I think once we forget that as quickly as possible and move on to this game, it's better for us.
Now, his opposite number, Pakistan captain Misbah-ul-Haq, believes it will be a fight to the very end.
Pressure is always there, I think, wherever you are playing international games. So pressure is there because you want to win every game, and I think that is a special game for us. We got a chance, just make history. So I'll be looking forward, and we'll just try to get a win. Looking forward to be a normal game and focus on our jobs, especially as a player. That's more important, especially as a batsman. I think contribution of Yunus and me would be very important in this game.
Now, can the West Indies do it? Can they take the home series against Pakistan by virtue of winning the final test in Dominica? Well, CBC's Anne-Marie Burke has a recap and also looks ahead to the crucial final encounter.
Astonishing. That's the word that comes to mind when I think of the West Indies victory in the second test over Pakistan. It was a match where coming into the final day, one would have seen a win by the homeboys as a long shot. To put it into perspective, momentum swung throughout the game. Pakistan dominated the opening 2 sessions of the first day, leaving the Windies on the back foot. Roston Chase then strode to the wicket on a mission and batted dominantly for a second test century. Yet, Pakistan's bowlers ensured their team had the edge, orchestrated by the Mohammeds, Amir and Abbas, who claimed 7 wickets between them. Shea Hope then stepped up to the plate on the 4th afternoon to make a gritty 90. Quite an achievement for a player who prior to this had averaged little over 15 in 8 tests. Maybe here is where the seeds were sown for the win, for by the time the sun rose at Kensington on the final day, the Windies were ahead by 183 runs on a 5th-day deteriorating pitch. Being bowled out for 268, they set Pakistan 187 runs for victory. And then the history was written. Pakistan fell, as the Windies needed just under 35 overs to blow them away for 81 and seal an astonishing 106-run series leveling victory. So where did it all click? Well, the bowling department, of course, as Shannon Gabriel became the destroyer. Now more than ever, he looked in peak form, and let the stats show it. That hostile spell, which claimed 5 wickets, skittled out the visitors for 81. Only once have they made a lower score in Test, 77 in Lahore way back in 1986-87. And I'll throw in here that there's only one 5-wicket haul for the regional boys that has cost less than Gabriel's 5 for 11. So with an even playing field and all to play for in the final test, where does this leave the Windies? Let's check in with the bowlers. The 10 wickets in Pakistan's second innings by the Pacers was the first time in almost 6 years that fast bowlers have taken all 10 wickets in a test innings at home. And before Thursday, there was no instances where a team's 10 wickets fell to pace on the 5th day. However, there's possibly still room for another bowler to come into the fray, given skipper Jason Holder's showing of the bat. Maybe Miguel Cummins can get a blind and shake up an attack that at times looks a bit tired. Even if the selectors remain with the current bowling staff, I believe there's enough firepower in Gabriel, Alzari Joseph and Holder. The batting still has a way to go, as the top order needs to fire more. The top 4 batsmen need to put more consistent runs on the board, as a victory target under 200 may not be enough in Dominica. We need more runs, And although Chase and Hope have their act together, I can't say the same of opener Craig Brathwaite, who is yet to impress. He ambled out of the single figures to get a series best 43, but even then it was not as tidy or classy as he usually is. Shimron Hetmeyer looked a bit reckless and unsettled in his first 2 outings, but with youth on his side and needing to secure this win, he's a toss-up in my books with Jermaine Blackwood for this final test. Vishal Singh will not make the cut in my final 11 for the simple reason that he looked vulnerable to the fast bowling, although he plays well to spin. Now that is food for thought. And this leaves skipper Jason Holder, who I will say is having a love affair with the bat. Maybe he could take more responsibility higher up the order and resort to lending support rather than being a strike bowler. Again, as I previously mentioned, Miguel Cummins will come in for Singh. So if I were to give my 11 for the final test, it will be skipper Jason Holder, Shea Hope, Miguel Cummins, Craig Brathwaite, Kieran Powell, Alzari Joseph, Devendra Bishu, Shane Dorich, Shimron Hetmeyer, yes I decided to leave out Blackwood after all, Shannon Gabriel and Roston Chase. My charge to the Windies is to show more discipline, intensity and consistency. They looked lazy at the get-go, but I saw a team that was more grounded in the just concluded test. To echo the words of the skipper, hit the lengths, use the cutters, and most importantly, make it an overall team effort to bring home the bacon in this home series.
Well, thanks, Anne-Marie. And staying with cricket, West Indies selectors have named a relatively strong team for the upcoming Women's World Cup in England, and that runs from June 24th to July 23rd. Chanel Daly returns to the squad after an injury layoff, while 4 uncapped players were brought in: teenage Trinidadians Renice Boyce and Felicia Walters, along with Kinique Joseph and Akira Peters. Now, there was, however, still no place for Barbadian all-rounder Shanika Quinton, who has been recovering from a lower abdominal strain. The experienced Stephanie Taylor will lead the squad of 15, which also includes Marissa Aguilera, Shamilia Connell, Deandra Dutton, Afi Fletcher, Kaishana Knight, Haley Matthews, Anissa Mohammed, Chadine Nation, and Shakira Selman. In netball news, UWI Signia Blackbirds took advantage of a weakened Pine Hill St. Barnabas team in the latest fixtures of the BNA Division 1 tournament at the Netball Stadium, beating them by 11 goals. You can label this as the clash of the titans to some degree, with the top 2 rivals in UWI Blackbirds and their customary black, and Pine Hill St. Barnabas. Goal shooter Shawnika Wharton gets it and nails it for the Blackbirds. Shonata Zoer had an off night for St. Barnabas, while another key player, Samantha Brown, was absent, and the Blackbirds picked them apart. Shaniqua Thomas dropping one of her 10 from 17. But St. Barnabas, despite being short-staffed of some of the top players, still showed some fight. Zakia Curtin making that one certain. And from the center, where do we go? UWI does the networking with some sharp passing to find Wharton, who's not even trying to get closer. No fluke that time. Let's run that play again. Same cast, different script, but same result. Wharton with another one of her 36. St. Barnabas were stitching things together at the other end, bubbling this one through from the center to the goal shooter, Shawnice Banfield, who connects with her target, shooting 25 of her 34 on the night. Center to wing attack, who finds goal attack, Shawnice Griffith, who had the time and the space to focus, balance, release and score, netting 20 of her 24 tries. St. Barnabas on the goal, Curtin plucking that one out of the air and completing the job in fine style. But at the opposite end, they were feeding Wharton, and this national player made things look easy as they led 23-16 at HT. And here's a bit of action from the second half. Another national player, Thomas, getting busy and also getting into position to do this. St. Barnabas not to be tied down. Again, that low pass finds Banfield, who eventually had to weave her way around and through 20 fingers of defense, but she delivers. A bit indecisive, St. Barnabas, and Blackbirds took over. Great interception and passing. They didn't rest until they found Wharton. And in the end, the Blackbirds, they won 46-35. Well, let's stay with netball for a while. Barbados is gearing up to face the Caribbean netball powerhouses Jamaica in an international test series slated for May 19th, 21st, and 22nd. The National Indoor Sports Center in Jamaica will be the venue for the series that will assist Barbados in its quest to qualify for the Commonwealth Games, which will be held in Australia starting April 2018. Now, the top 12 netball teams in the world will compete during the Commonwealth. Now, Barbados is ranked at 12th, while Jamaica, they're ranked at 4th. The deadline to qualify is July 1st. So the full squad reads: Rhiannon Nall, she's the captain; Latonia Blackman, vice-captain; Demisha Croney, Shawnette Azur Bruce, Teresa Howell, Sabrina Smith, Shanice Rock, Shanika Wharton, Shanika Thomas, Tanisha Rockyaw, Rhea Holder, and Rashida Chase. And more netball again. Hinesbury and Charles F. Broome both registered victories today when the Pine Hill Dairy Primary School's netball competition continued at the netball stadium. Hinesbury defeated Wesley Hall Primary, while Eagle Hall Primary lost to Charles F. Broome. Here's Melissa Farley. She has the action.
Eagle Hall Primary in the orange shirts had the young aggressive side in this game, but they needed to stay focused and execute it the right way because they were up against a determined Charles F. Broome team, and at the half, CFB led 2-0. Charles F. Broome dominated the second half despite the earlier challenges from their opponents. Goal shooter Abiana Fenty scoring one of her 3 from 3 attempts here, and Eagle Hall Primary yet to score 1. Charles F. Broome had good passing technique at times, something Eagle Hall Primary lacked. And with good teamwork, CFB's goal attack Shania Thomas was there to complete the task. She had 4 from 7 attempts. And with the only attempt at the net for Eagle Hall Primary, they made it work. Goal attack Shanta Skeet posting the goal, and Eagle Hall netted 1. But as the timekeeper made her move, it was Charles F. Broome winning this game 7-1. Meantime, in the clash between Hinesbury and Wesley Hall, it was a one-sided encounter. Hinesbury in the yellow and blue made early movements. That's goal attack Jada Charles. Wesley Hall had no chances in this game. Well, at least Hinesbury prevented them from, as Charles led the way with her 4 from 6 attempts. She kept Hinesbury on top, assisted with good teamwork and communication, as Hinesbury led the half 4-1. The second half looked as though it would have been a goalless one, with time running to an end. But goal shooter Tabitha Lane will score the lone goal, as Hinesbury eventually took the game 5-0. Melissa Farley, CBC Sports.
And we're back. A good start from openers Sunil Narayan and Chris Lint weren't enough to see the Calcutta Knight Riders to victory as they lost to the Kings 11 Punjab by 14 runs in the Indian Premier League today. Sent into bat, Kings 11 posted 167 for 6 from their 20 overs. Captain Glenn Maxwell top scored with 44 from 25, hitting 1-4 and 4 sixes. Chris Wokes and Keldiv Yudav both took 2 wickets apiece, while Narayan was miserly with 1 for 27 from his 4-over spell. Now, in reply, the Knight Riders only managed 153 for 6 from their 20. Lin, he made 84 from 52, including 8 4s and 3 6s, while Narayan was bowled for a quick fire 18, striking 4 4s in that knock. Rahul Tawesha and Mohit Sharma, they both took 2 wickets apiece to help restrict the KKR. Now, with the victory, the Kings 11 Punjab, they have 12 points from 12 games and are still in contention for a playoff berth. Here are the highlights.
Top shot. Just placed. That should be 4. Gets enough bat on it. What's that, Brett? Enthusiasm. No, he's given him. This time he's given him. Right in the middle of the crowd, and it's a good crowd today. Oh, he's given him. Oh, fine shot down the ground. Beautifully timed.
142 clicks.
And here we go again. In the air, long gone, doesn't get it. It's got it. Bowled in. Oh, good strike. Good delivery. Right up in the block hole. So after 20 overs, Kings 11 Punjab being put into bat have made 167 for 6.
Magnificent at the top. Bang!
That's a good shot.
Oh, that is special.
Bowled him.
Shouts of catch it. Had to do something to try and get himself going. Oh, shouts of catch it. There's a man there. Oh, yes. Up in the air. Aksha Patel. Oh, casual as you like. Has he got it? No, he hasn't. There's Maxwell. Final delivery is a dot as well. The over has gone for just 5.
Well, tomorrow marks the middle of the week, so here's what's happening in sports. The third test between the West Indies and Pakistan, that gets underway from Dominica. 10 a.m. live coverage on Cbc TV 8 and 94.7 FM. In football, the Baiko Primary Schools competition continues at venues across the island. At the same time, the Pine Hill Dairy Primary Schools netball competition, that will also be in full swing at various venues as well. The second leg semi-final match in the European Champions League between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid is slated to start at 2:45 Barbados time. Live coverage on MCTV Sports Match channel. More netball, this time the bigger girls, the BNA Division 1 League competition. C.O. Williams Rangers will take on the Guardian Pride of Villa at the netball stadium starting at 8 p.m. Well, that's a wrap on the Tuesday edition of Sports Night. I'm Sean Green. Good night.
You're watching CBC TV 8 in beautiful Barbados.